Hey, Tim, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the future of the Republican Party. I want to play a little bit of what Trump had to say at CPAC yesterday, in case you weren't watching the 90-minute thing from beginning to end. Oh, we do not have that right now. Well, fortunately, many of us did see a big part of it. Specifically, I want to talk about the idea of him pushing back on that Wall Street Journal report from a few weeks ago that said that he was going to form a third party. He said, probably realistically, that if he formed a third party, it would actually tear the Republican Party apart. So I wonder about the direction of the Republican Party now, because it looks like Trump isn't going anywhere. He's not going to form his own party. And it does seem like in January, Republicans who rejected President Trump and in February during impeachment did not get as far as they thought they would.
Well, I think, Donald Trump already has torn the Republican Party apart. And, I don't think if he was serious about establishing a separate party, I don't think the reason he wouldn't do it would because it would tear the Republicans apart. It's because I don't think he's a viable person to lead a third party here. I just don't think it's very hard to establish a third party in this country. And I think Trump has lost some political traction, despite the fact that the most conservative wing of the Republican Party still backs him. CPAC did a straw poll yesterday. There were some interesting numbers in that from attendees at CPAC. 32% of the respondents to that poll said they did not want Trump to be the standard bearer of the party in 2024. That's an interesting number because CPAC is the most MAGA of Trump supporters in the party, and almost a third of them didn't want him to be the standard bearer. So I think we have to think about what the cult of personality that surrounds Trump really means within the Republican Party. What kind of legs does it have? Having said that, there's no question that Trumpism has legs. And I think what Republicans who continue to support him in the wake of 2 impeachments and the January 6th insurrection have discovered is that misinformation and lying to the American public and fanning divisions through racism and such allows you to acquire power. And part of the party right now is fascinated with and devoted to acquiring power for power's sake, apart from classic conservative policy positions like a hawkish foreign policy, fiscal probity, the rule of law. They're not arguing for policy right now. What they're arguing about is a fantasy world that Donald Trump showed them they can create for their voters. And if they were serious about helping working class Americans, you would see those folks actually embrace a minimum wage policy, for example. Why aren't they? While at the same time, they're embracing these wild lies that have led to a lot of cohesion for a portion of the Republican Party. The dangerous thing is what happens to the party as a whole with that dynamic in play. And we'll have to wait and see on that, I think.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.